12:09 a.m. this morning, we received a call of numerous shots being fired in this neighborhood, which is somewhat traditional that we find up in this area of town for New Year's Eve. Again, the officers not knowing was there gunfire because of New Year's Eve, or was there gunfire because someone was shooting each other? They didn't know at that time. They got up in the area to investigate that. As they were narrowing down where the shots were being fired from, that led them to this residence right here. As they were coming up through the residences, between the residences, they actually saw a muzzle blast going up into the air, so they basically pinpointed that the shots were coming from behind the residence. As the officers approached, again, they saw a gunfire. They observed a Hispanic male with a gun that once he saw the officers, he attempted to run inside. One of the officers, there was 3 officers on the scene. One officer told him to drop his gun. He did not drop his gun. The officer, again, demanded for him to drop his gun. The back door to the residence was open during the verbal confrontation for the officer demanding him to drop his gun. Again, still not dropping it. The weapon was aimed at the officer, so he fired at him, and several rounds were fired, and he was killed. The victim, or I should say the suspect, is identified as a Hispanic male. He's 22 years old, and I'll release his name in a press release in a short while. The officer's name is Officer Riggle, and I'll have more details on him as well. Numerous rounds were found at the back of the residence that were fired from the subjects that were here. Alcohol was observed back there as well. We do believe that there is some gang affiliation with the suspect that was killed.
Did the suspect at any time fire shots at the officers?
No. Most all the rounds were fired. All the rounds were fired up into the air. And again, as he was telling him to, given the commands to drop his weapon, he didn't. The officer felt threatened, so he returned fire. Our speculation is, again, we see that many people will fire their weapons up into the air,
especially in the Hispanic community.
In the Hispanic community, and again, that's something that is against the law. It's discharging a firearm in the city limits, disorderly conduct. It's very dangerous. You know, what goes up must come down. We discourage it every year, kind of telling them not to do this. And once again, if the officer gave the verbal command for him to drop his weapon, and he did at that point, then we wouldn't be here right now.